Weren't you going to tell me a story?
Oh yes, I was going to tell you about my brother.
Hello. Do you come in? My apologies for taking...
Dear heavens, Pelagia! Why did you tell me these two gentlemen were here?
Well, they just arrived, so...
It doesn't matter. What brought you to my house?
Well, Ivan and I were strolling through the fields when we saw that it started to pour, and we thought, why not see what our good friend Alekin was up to? And here we are.
Well, how glad I am to see you. Please, do come in. Go get my friend to change clothes, and we will all bathe. And I'll bathe first, because I haven't bathed since spring.
It had been way longer than that. On the way to Alekin's house, Ivan had seen a pond that he had the urge to jump into, and that's exactly what he did. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He swam for quite some time, which did not seem to bother Alekin, but Birkin, on the other hand...
That's enough, Ivan! Come back!
Pelagia!
says Alekin just to break the silence. So, your brother.
Oh right, my brother. His name was Nikolai Ivanik, 2 years younger. When I went to go study to be a veterinarian, he was working at a Exeter court at the age of 19. Years passed and he sat in the same place with one single fixed idea, to buy a farm somewhere. He was a good fellow, and I loved him, but I never sympathized with his desire. He would sit in his office and would dream of his glorious farm and all the things he would do in it. Years passed, and he transferred to a new province. Then I heard he got married. He married an elderly, ugly widow, not out of any feeling for her, but because she had money. She pined away with her new life, and in 3 years or so, she gave up her soul to God. After she had died, he had taken all of her money. And he had finally had enough to buy his farm. I visited him not so long ago. I let myself in since there seemed like no one was home. I found him napping on his bed. He now was old and fat. Hello, brother! Brother! Then he took me downstairs. We had plates with gooseberries that he harvested from his backyard.
Delicious.
They were vinegary, tasteless, pulpous, and stomach-turning to say the least. When I was at his house after this had happened, I was unable to sleep. I was being kept up by the realization that my brother is a happy man, whose dream came true. At the sight of a happy man, I was filled with a feeling of despair. This made me sick. I look at his life, and I see the horrible poverty and hypocrisy, the falsehood. Meanwhile, in all the houses, all the streets, there's peace. One never sees or hears those who suffer, and all the suffering and all the horror of life goes on behind the scenes. So many go mad, so many gallons are drunk, so many children die of starvation. Apparently, a happy man only feels so because the unhappy bear their burden in silence. Every happy man should have a man with a little hammer knocking at their door, reminding them that there are unhappy people.
Anyways. Oh, Pelagia, you're here. Get them some tea now.
Guess what?
What?
Alekin has some of his friends over, and one of them is starting to complain about being rich and happy, and how he wishes that there was someone outside of his door knocking with a little hammer to remind him that there are people who are suffering.
Wow. I bet that if someone did knock on his door, he would be very annoyed.
I know.
Timit had an idea. Pelageia went to get them some tea before bed.
This pipe smells disgusting. How am I supposed to sleep with this pipe in here?
Pelageia, turn off the light, please.
This is where Timot's idea comes in place.